Welcome to Crackers of Milk. I'm your host, David. I'm joined by Jacob and Michael today for our second season. Jacob, do you have our synopsis for our episode?
Star Wars, Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. If you can't tell, folks, we're doing Star Wars this season.
Of course.
The adventure continues in the Star Wars sequel. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca. Hey, there's Chewbacca. Face attack by the Imperial forces and its AT-AT walkers on the ice planet Hoth. While Han and Leia escape in the Millennium Falcon, Luke travels to Dagobah in search of Yoda. Only with the Jedi Master's help will Luke survive when the dark side of the Force beckons him into the ultimate duel with Darth Vader.
Wait, time out. With ATA?
AT-AT walkers.
Aren't they ATs or whatever?
No, they're AT-ATs.
How do people pronounce them?
AT-AT.
Really? They don't do ATs or something like that?
Atta.
No, AT-AT.
ATs?
AT-AT.
ATs?
AT&T?
No, AT-AT.
ATs.
No.
ATs.
AT-AT.
ATs.
It's
ATs.
I forget what the word, but it's the letters stand for something.
Yeah.
All terrain armored transport.
Whoa.
I thought, wow.
Whoa.
ATs.
Here we go.
AT-AT. Stop it. Do your top 10, Dave. Gosh.
So 1980, the top 10, the first one is actually the highest grossing is Empire Strikes Back with 547 million. Then 9 to 5, Stir Crazy,
Yeah, 9 to 5.
Airplane, Any Which Way You Can, Private Benjamin,
Goldie Hawn.
Coal Miner's Daughter, Smokey and the Bandit 2,
Oh, Sally Field.
Blue
Had a big year.
Lagoon, and Blues Brothers at 57.2 million.
I'm
9
sure
to
they
5.
made more money than that later, don't you think?
Probably overall. I think in the world, Blues Brothers is like in the top 5. But like I think domestic with the U.S. is in the top 10. But 9 to 5, hey. The only reason that I watched that is because like Deadpool 2 because of the 9 to 5
Haven't seen it.
song
Nope.
in Deadpool 2. It's funny. Anyways,
Nice.
Mike,
My
do
turn.
you have our...
My turn, me toca a ti. Para las personas que están escuchándonos en español. Just in case we have some listeners out there that speak Spanish.
Hey, great job.
Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Release date, June 1980. Once again, people, I probably won't read this all the time, but we're going to go over the box office stats of when it was released and 2019 terms. So the budget was $18 million and $56 million for today's time. U.S. opening, I should define that, U.S. weekend opening.
Yeah.
$4.9 million or 15.2.
Wait, so in their opening weekend, they made it back, basically.
Well, 4.9. They made, a fourth of it back?
No.
Fourth of it back. Wow.
Well, that's pretty good for what?
Yeah,
3 days?
3
Yeah.
days.
That's
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
amazing,
true.
I think.
All right.
And then the total overall in the U.S. was 290, and then 903 in our time. $547 million or for worldwide, or $1.7 billion. So that comes to the budget of $18 million with a profit of $547 million, resulting in a profit of 3,044%.
Interesting.
But if we can go back to the New Hope, that was 7,000%. So
It was
They're-
So
way
it's
more.
surprising me that because it's considered the best Star Wars movie.
New Hope or Empire?
No, Empire Strikes Back. So I'm
Yeah,
surprised
but it was a lot more darker.
it's still
right?
considered the best Star Wars movie.
was it considered the best after 10 years, or was it considered the best that
It's still
year?
considered the best today.
But like that
by me.
year
It's
when it happened.
It's my favorite movie, guys.
Oh.
Well, yeah, if it's your favorite movie,
Well, yeah.
then it's the best.
Well, what are you saying, Dave?
You know,
Yeah, interesting facts, Dave.
Interesting facts of
We
Empire
just talked
Strikes
about
Back.
it like 2 minutes
I know.
ago.
Interesting facts of Empire Strikes Back. Anybody have interesting facts of Empire Strikes Back?
It's the best Star Wars movie ever made.
Nope. Number 3.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Revenge of the Sith.
Dave's on crack, folks.
Never. Well, maybe.
On crackers.
And milk.
And milk.
Milk.
Okay, I wanted to, I was thinking about this. We should eat crackers and milk in one of these episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
Just not while you're doing the podcast.
Not while you're doing the podcast, but maybe like...
It was Chewbacca chewing in the last episode.
That's who it was.
This is the highly anticipated second film of the Star Wars Empire.
Trilogy.
Empire.
So, interesting fact then. So, last episode we talked about how
The New Hope.
it was his first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had to ask for money, and
Yep.
people weren't listening to him. His cinematographer,
Hand-drawn arrows and
hand-drawn arrows,
and World War II dogfights.
cast laughing. So this time he said, I'm putting a stop to it. I'm paying for the whole thing myself.
Which
So-
he could have, because how much money he made, how much money was made.
Tons of money, right?
Tons of money.
So he's like, okay, I'm going to do it by myself, which the 20th century said, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy to do it by yourself. But his whole thing was he wanted to be fully in command. And so one of the things, the director he chose, does anybody know what the relationship there is?
Oh.
No.
Okay, so it's Irvin Kershner. And Irvin was his former professor at the USC School of Cinematic Arts. So, hey, my professor, he's the one that taught me everything I know.
Okay.
I'm going to let you direct this film. That's kind of interesting.
That is very
Why
interesting.
why would he do that? Why do you think he would do that?
Because he didn't want to fight the weather again.
Probably didn't want to do that.
He just wanted to be the boss.
Yeah.
Pay the bills.
Yeah. And he becomes more of that as the series goes on.
That's why he didn't direct. Because he directed
But
some of the reason.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll get to it, folks.
Yeah.
And of course, he let go. I mean, he didn't ask that other guy, Gil, to be cinematographer. He asked Peter Sushitsky.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, Peter has done he did 3 films before that, and he did 4 films after.
Are you serious?
Not
Is it just because George wanted the control of that? It seems like George just wanted
because I think
control.
George knew how to be a cinematographer. He
Yeah.
was just like, I need you to focus on it, and I'm just going to say, I need this sliding situation this way. You know how to do it. Do it.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
he can just... But he said the reason that he was giving away the director, being not director, is he needed to focus on ILM. He wanted to make sure the special effects were there. That's at least what I've was heard.
That could be his excuse.
Yes.
But his reason was he didn't want to fight the weather.
Right.
He didn't want to be. He didn't want his boots on the ground. Basically, he didn't want to work anymore. He just wanted to be the boss. Right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. George Lucas has come up with some of my favorite things.
Yeah.
But
This
that
Indiana
man,
Jones.
George Lucas,
George Lucas.
he drives me insane. Interesting facts about The Empire Strikes Back is it is by far the best remastered of the original trilogy.
Why do you say the best remastered?
If you see the original theatrical cut, good luck trying to find it now, folks, but look at the scene when Darth Vader is talking to the Emperor.
Okay.
It's so hokey.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's a woman.
The Emperor's a woman?
She's dressed up in the black robe and all that. But it's a guy's voice coming out. So
Yeah, the guy who plays it, right?
No.
No? A different guy?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's so hokey.
So weird. How did you see that?
We had it on VHS.
Oh, you still do? Do you still?
No.
Darn.
We recorded it off TV. And so there's the pause when the commercials came on.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Those were awesome
And
days.
then he made Cloud City.
Like clouds?
He put windows and CGI'd sky that you could see.
Oh.
Yeah. One thing I don't like is they took out the original actor's voice for Boba Fett out.
Oh.
And
because he barely had any.
He barely had any lines.
Now he barely has any lines. But before, did he have?
He's no good to me, Dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
He replaced it with the actor who played Jango Fett in all the clones.
Yeah, because
he's lived the same life and doesn't smoke tobacco or whatever.
Yeah.
His voice couldn't possibly be different.
Wow.
That's
interesting.
George makes me mad about that, but I love everything else you did with the Empire Strikes Back, George.
Just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Now all the good stuff.
And so the actor who played Boba Fett, if you remember, he's the Imperial officer who takes a hold of Leia and is dragging her away from Luke. That's the same actor. So luckily he got that part because he's almost
same height,
completely erased from the film.
Oh,
because he's in a mask in Boba Fett.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And the best Halloween costume that you can do.
What is that noise, everyone? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I think it's me again.
Probably.
Sorry.
Probably.
It's okay.
It might be me, Mike.
We love you.
But the best Halloween costume, if you want an easy Halloween costume, buy an orange jumpsuit and grab an old-fashioned ice cream maker. During the evacuation of Cloud City, there's a guy who's wearing an orange jumpsuit carrying an old-fashioned ice cream.
Oh, yeah. That's where he's coming around the corner in that hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, no way. Did I just see what I saw?
Yeah, he's literally carrying.
And that's what I thought, too. I was like, they're evacuating because the Empire's coming, and he's grabbing an ice cream maker.
But that's not what it was in the... he even has a name.
Do you remember his name?
No, I don't remember his name. I left my notes at home, so...
Oh, man.
But, yes.
So funny. So funny.
That is great.
Anything else interesting?
Oh, there's lots of interesting things.
Like what? Well, the story about how they... the scene with the revelation of Vader and Skywalker
In the dark, in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the wind tunnel? Isn't it?
No, it's a cave. But
Yeah.
remember your family are in the cave.
It's so interesting that, like, how secret he kept that.
Yeah.
Like that story. I always find that fascinating that he didn't reveal it until like that day of shooting.
And not a lot of people are in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. So it wouldn't be leaked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So his paranoia paid off.
Very paid off.
And I can't wait to show my kids when they're a little bit older these movies.
Yeah.
And watch them.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. So while I was rewatching the movies, I was watching episode 4.
Yeah.
Aurora came up and said, "Oh, I want to sit with you." Okay, sure, you can sit with me. She sat down, and I kid you not, watched 45 minutes straight, just enthralled.
Yeah.
I was like,
wow.
This is crazy. She is just loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it. That was episode 4. I don't know about 5.
This was a darker movie than
Yeah. 5 was darker. A lot darker.
It's even darker than Return of the Jedi. It's by far the darkest of the films.
Why do you think that? Why do you think with that one? Because
wasn't Ewoks in it.
Well, I know there wasn't Ewoks in it, but why would he make it darker? Because you have this film with A New Hope
Because
which
I think
is light and that sort of thing.
I think this is the director coming through.
Oh, the director, not George.
So this is George's apprentice or teacher coming through.
Yes.
To apprentice.
Yes. Exactly.
You could tie that into the movie, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
My teacher is.
Because the characterizations were spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it in the last episode, how the cast rewrote some of the lines.
Yeah.
And the most famous is "I know."
Yep, that's the one I had. I was going to talk about that one.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, on the I know.
Yeah.
He says the script contained a scene in which Princess Leia professed her love to Han Solo, with Han replying, "I love you too." Harrison Ford felt the characterization was not being used effectively, and Kirshner agreed. Kirshner, by the way, is the director. Mm-hmm. Kirshner agreed. After several takes, the director told the actor to improvise on the spot, and Ford changed Solo's line to "I know."
What was the original?
I love you too.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be Han.
No,
that's not Han.
That's
at all.
not Han.
Han's cocky.
So yeah, because when you hear "I know," I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm cocky. I know you love me.
No, but the way he said it was still endearing.
Yes,
I know.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah, but
it made sense. It was totally perfect.
Yeah, it was a perfect thing for Han to say. It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, if he said "I love you too," it'd be
like,
weird.
And if George was directing it, he would have fought more.
Like fought Han on it more.
Fought Harrison Ford on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. What did you guys think of Yoda being introduced? What do you guys really think of Yoda?
I love Master Yoda, but man, is he one annoying prick when he shows up.
That's good, yeah.
Why do you say that? I'm just wondering. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Oh, you don't understand the first time you see it. And even when you do, you're just like, oh, Yoda, you're being so... Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like going through rummaging. Yeah.
Hitting R2-D2.
So weird.
Get back!
Why? And like, one thing with his speech, like it's endearing, but it's like, why does he do it that way? Like, why does he say everything backwards almost?
You know you're wondering about why he says, changes the
his format of language,
verbs and pronouns and all that.
You must not go. Danger there will be.
Yes, thank you. That.
Yeah, why? Why?
I think it makes him sound more
wise.
Wise? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it makes you sound more wise.
Sometimes when you're still 900 years old, doesn't make you wise. It's just,
There is this comic that Yoda as a dad.
Oh.
Borrow the keys you may not. Reckless you will be.
Nice.
Yeah. I might have to use that when my kids grow up.
Yeah. Yoda.
Why is this partly your favorite of like one of the best?
My favorite movie of all time? I don't know. It's just I can watch it at any time. The story's great.
Yeah.
It's dark without being
like
scary.
Super dark, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I like the introduction of Yoda. I like the principles he teaches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That I can see what Jake is talking about. When I watched it, and pardon me, people who are listening, but it was very religious to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this makes sense. And I thought, oh, I can do that. Like the whole don't try, just do thing.
Yeah. Do or do not, there is no try.
Yeah, there is no try. Just do it, man.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, like a lot of things that movie, I'm like, it actually kind of seemed like a self-improvement for me. Like, I can do this. I can do, like, for me, it's I can defeat evil. I can da-da-da-da-da.
Do you think this is probably out of the 3, out of 4, 5, and 6, like, if we look at it, is the most tinted movie? That you can gather religious ideologies, religious things?
So through the original trilogy, it's laced all throughout it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
But
Lucas only understood the story in A New Hope. His professor understood the story, and that's why this movie is so good.
Yeah.
George didn't understand it when he directed Episode 1 anymore.
Yeah.
Because Yoda says the Force is all around us. Obi-Wan said the Force is all around us. It's in every living thing. It's
Right.
very spiritual for me, too.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I'm just wondering, because, like, there's some things, like, in movies and books that you read that you can gather spiritual understanding and spiritual undertakings, like, really simple, because it's just blatantly out there.
Yeah.
Out of the 4, 5, and 6, do you think this one was more blatantly out there over the other ones?
Only if you were religious.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I know. If you look at it in a religious way, that's what, like, is it the easiest one to pick up?
I think it is the easiest one because it's like, this is what a Jedi is.
Yeah.
To me, it's, and that's how it is. This is what a Jedi is. If you want to be a Jedi, these are the things you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to control your emotions. You got to be patient. Oh, patient, man. Yoda.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's not patient.
I cannot teach him.
Yeah.
Patience he has none.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's what I'm just kind of wondering, because it does point out, okay, Jedi, what you are as a Jedi, what the characteristics of a Jedi that make a Jedi.
And he doesn't say, you're a celibate monk.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah.
And he wasn't wearing the Jedi robes, so he knew how to hide.
So that's what I like about Episode 4. It doesn't really tell you how to become a Jedi.
No.
It's just
Only,
Jedi.
Little things.
only that Obi-Wan wants him to become a Jedi.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, a Jedi.
And he points out a little bit of how to become a Jedi, but not really like,
Right.
just feel.
Trust your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love when it gets more deep. It seems more deep, but simple. Simple deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. It introduces quite possibly, well, technically it didn't introduce Boba Fett because he came out in the Christmas special.
Is that where they introduced him? Mm-hmm. Is the Christmas special?
Yeah, it was in a animated segment of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, he's very, very cool. And in the Legends, the books, series and stuff, he survives.
Oh, he survives the pit?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does he do that?
Well, in Robot Chicken he does too. That's funny.
He dreams about it.
Oh, yeah.
He dreams about it in
I
Robot Chicken.
love Robot Chicken though when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's my that's my
But yes,
favorite.
outside of
It's
Darth
like
Vader, Boba Fett is probably the most recognizable character for the bad guys, at least.
We watched
him and Jabba the Hutt. Those two and Jabba the Hutt. Would you say those three are the biggest ones that people recognize the most out of villains of the Star Wars?
Probably.
Yeah, Boba
Maybe
Fett,
Empire.
Boba Fett, they did something on Netflix, whatever. We watched some documentary, but he was the most bought character.
Yeah, the toy.
Yeah, the toy was just
Really?
Yeah.
everybody wanted him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
The Fett.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I'm surprised that he would be the one. Like, what about like Darth Vader? I thought Darth Vader or Yoda would be it.
I guess he had a weapon that shot.
Yeah,
And all the kids wanted
rocket on his
that.
back.
That's what they wanted.
I'm pointing to a picture of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
magazine.
right here. Sorry. The
Yeah,
picture
that
of
little
Boba
thing.
Fett. That thing shot
Yeah.
in the toy?
On a toy.
It was extremely dangerous.
Did you have that toy?
No, I just know it was extremely dangerous. Like, I had a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Me and my brother would test the rocket launchers by putting them on the floor, pointing straight up, and we would see how far they would go.
Yeah.
And some were just, whew. There was one Boom! 8-foot ceiling. Me and my brother were like,
This thing's the best.
this is the best one! So, I think it injured some kids' eyes.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's awesome, though.
Because common sense isn't all that common anymore.
Even in 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could have mint condition toys of the Kenner series, I'd be a millionaire.
Yes, you would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Still in the package? Oh, man. Millionaire. Because I would sell them for millions.
Okay. With the cliffhanger, like out of this magazine, I'm just going to read cliffhanger, key moments, scene stealer. Cliffhanger was rejecting Vader's call to rule the galaxy as father and son. Luke throws himself off a catwalk and into the void. Would you say that would be the cliffhanger?
No, the cliffhanger is the whole thing's a cliffhanger. Are they going to get Hornbachers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Empire strikes back.
Yeah, no.
No, go ahead.
No. The whole him jumping into the void.
Yeah.
And then the Emperor does it, right?
Yeah.
How does the Emperor not survive? Doesn't he have a bunch of power? Sorry, that was just my... Wait.
Wait, we have to talk about that in the next one.
I know we do, but
We do.
people, this is your cliffhanger for the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
But please tell me in the next one.
I will.
Thank you.
Key moment. After crushing Luke in a battle, Darth Vader reveals that he is Luke's father. Yes, I think that is
Often
the key
misquoted.
moment. Often, yes, you do say that
Tell
a
us
lot.
the misquote and the quote.
Yeah.
How many times has your dad said to you, Luke, I am your father? That's not what Darth Vader says. He says, no, I am your father.
No. Watch it with the closed captioning.
Does it say Luke?
It says Luke. And I only noticed that because when I saw it, I was like, wait, I know Jake's talked about no, I am your father, but on the closed captioning it says Luke, I am your father.
No.
Huh.
But
Well, we can always watch it at closed caption.
yes, you could. But then I've watched lots of closed captioning where it is very wrong. So,
Yes.
Huh.
yeah.
So, not to get off on a wild tangent, but have you ever watched the Disney animated Aladdin
no.
with closed caption?
Uh-uh.
Abu swears.
Oh,
A lot.
Huh.
yeah. Well, in The Office, if you watch that, Dwight Schrute in the first episodes.
Swears.
No, it's they spell his name wrong.
Oh, really?
So it's just interesting. You're like, oh, they're
Yeah.
so
Like
Anyway.
in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, there's this one scene with Christian Slater, who
Will Scarlet.
Will Scarlet. He, like, you have to rewind it and you have to like pay attention. But
Wait,
at first, he's like,
the catapult.
yeah, the catapult goes. He's like, F me, he cleared it. You're just like, what?
what?
Yeah.
You have to
it
like
sounds like he's dropping
listen.
that bomb.
Yeah, you have to like. It's just like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
weird. Okay, so that is the key moment for that one, which I agree.
Yes, that's what everybody talked about.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yes.
And it's still quoted. Everyone knows
Yes.
that quote.
Everybody
And
misquotes it. But,
Yes, everybody
And
misquotes the quote.
you know, Toy Story even used
Yes.
that scene
yeah.
as Buzz Lightyear. And,
So, the movie Reign of Fire uses that scene.
with Matthew McConaughey,
So
is that
It's
the
been-
run that we're talking about?
yeah,
Rain
with
of Fire.
the
Matthew
dragons,
McConaughey. Yeah,
the
yeah.
dragons. So
yeah.
before the U.S. Army group shows up,
yeah.
Christian Bale and Gerard Butler,
Yeah.
I can't remember who,
I think he's in there.
they're putting on a play for the children of the castle,
yeah.
and it's the Black Knight versus the White Knight.
Yeah.
And when it cuts off his hand and he says, "No, I am your father," and all the kids go, "No!" So yes, it's been parried. It's been yes.
And it always will, because that's one of the greatest reveals ever in cinema
Yes.
history. And then the scene stealer is Yoda, the Jedi Master, in this one. What do you guys think?
The scene stealer?
The scene stealer.
Like what scene?
All the scenes he's
All
in.
the scenes he's in.
That
Frank Oz does a great job as Yoda.
That's interesting that they say that, considering he's only in a scene with R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, and one scene with Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
I think
He's probably
C-3PO
like,
is the annoying scene stealer.
Well, I know, but like
the odds of this.
I think the scene stealer also is maybe, I don't know what their thinking is in this. Like, why would you say Yoda is the scene stealer? Because like in some type of movies, when you research it, it's like, or research movies, they talk about how this one person, like Sean Connery with The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, or usually Sean Connery in any movie, he always is stealing scenes because that's the only person you want to like listen to or focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder if that's what they're trying to do with this one. It's like Yoda is that one. Like, he's not in it very much, but because he's not in it so much, his presence and what he does has the biggest impact of the whole movie. Right?
True. And with Yoda saying that he's too old, that scene in and of itself tells me George Lucas does not understand the story at all.
Oh, I agree.
How long was Luke training on that planet?
Not that long at all.
There's arguments for a couple months. There's an argument for a couple weeks.
I can see more a couple weeks.
With a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
In the prequels, the little Anakin Skywalker in Episode 1 is too old to start the training.
See, that's what's the weird thing. Yes. But Yoda said he was too old in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yep. It's too late for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But still.
But still, this force is strong with this one.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
George doesn't understand his story.
Now, see,
I agree.
That's maybe he does understand it, and it got cut, and we don't know about it.
No.
You don't think?
No.
You don't think stuff like that got cut?
I agree with Jake that he doesn't understand. I think George is
benefit
over.
of the doubt there. That's all I know. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know.
you can give him the benefit of the doubt, but I can't because like
if 20-year-old Mark Hamill playing Luke Skywalker is too old to start the Jedi training.
Yeah.
And 8-year-old
Anakin,
Jake Lloyd
is too old. Then he doesn't even understand his story from from then and then backwards.
How did Luke Skywalker go toe-to-toe with Darth Vader?
Right.
Yeah.
Because the Force was strong with this one.
So, he made so many plot holes with the prequels.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But this is still the best movie of the bunch. Don't look at him.
Oh, sorry.
Look at me.
Isn't that a white supremacist thing?
This?
No,
like this.
It's
just stop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, just stop.
Yeah. 3 is the best one.
Faults.
You know.
Faults.
Sith. The Revenge of the Sith.
Faults.
Revenge of the Sith.
Faults.
Great movie. Okay. Please subscribe. Wait. Do we have anything else?
Good.
No. Just know this is the best one. And watch the remastered.
Yeah.
And love George Lucas for what he did and hate him for cutting that guy's voice acting out.
George Lucas. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment. All right.
Subscribe.
Thank you. Yes, subscribe. Didn't I say that?
No.
I thought I did.
You might have been one of the first one.
Please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment. All right.